Okay, so today I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm actually going to go through my makeup and pull out some stuff that I haven't used in a while and shop my stash more or less. So if you want to learn about how I got this look and all this glow, just keep on watching. Alright, so I first wanted to start off by giving you guys kind of an idea of what we're working with here. This is my makeup collection, I guess you could say. I also have a little box down here of stuff I've recently decluttered. That might actually be something I do in the future to see if I'll get rid of any of that stuff, give it like one last chance. So I just kind of have these little storage drawers here. I have kind of, I would say everything in here is kind of my go-to stuff that I do use, but there's definitely some newer stuff in here that I haven't used yet. Stuff that I've forgotten about that I've only used a couple times, and that's kind of going to be the focus of what I'm going to do today. So here's all my foundations and concealers, and there's also some primers back there. Blush, bronzers, highlights, liquid highlights. I do have some powders, or I do have some creams in here as well, and some like translucent setting powders in the back there. This is kind of my liner eye drawer. So I have eyeliners, brow products, mascaras, some lashes there in the back. These are extra palettes. So I have eyeshadow palettes. This is actually a cream contour palette by e.l.f. There is some other stuff in there like this as well, but mostly just my palettes that don't fit. I have the ones that I use kind of more on a day-to-day basis over there. This is a miscellaneous drawer, and then I have all my lip products up here. So whether it's chapsticks, cream lip products, liquid lipsticks, I'm not a huge fan of, but I do keep them in there on occasion, and then some of my pencils. So I keep the eyeshadow palettes I use kind of out and ready to go. So the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, which is also just too big to kind of have everywhere else. And then I actually got this pretty recently. It's the Violet Voss Pro eyeshadow palette, which is really pretty. So maybe we'll use that today. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with the first makeup product. I am going to do primer. I already put on some moisturizer, so we'll start with primer. Okay, so this is actually a primer that I got maybe a couple weeks ago. I've only used it 1 or 2 times. It's something that I thought I would really like because I have very dry skin, and usually most foundations and concealers end up looking very dry on me by the end of the day. So this is the Catrice, maybe I should read it first. The Catrice Prime and Fine Aqua Fresh Hydro Primer, moisturizing with bamboo water. So it feels exactly like a moisturizer that I would use. It doesn't feel very like other like pore filling primers. It honestly feels exactly kind of like a tacky moisturizer, so maybe something a little bit more gel based. So this is actually the newest purchase I have that I've added to my collection that I use pretty regularly. It's the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. This is in 435 Rose Vanilla. This is a little bit too dark for me when I don't have any self-tanner on, but we're gonna go ahead and apply it. I'm actually just gonna put a few drops on this Moda powder brush. Okay, I'm not kidding when I say I have 3 concealers to choose from. One of my last videos I did end up using the Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer, so I will try to stay away from that for this one. So this is the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer in the shade Ivory. This actually is a little bit dark for me, but I like it because I use it on more natural days where I don't want a big highlighted effect. And this is pretty hydrating, so I'll go ahead and keep with that theme and use this today. Then I'm going in with a Sephora concealer brush.
I do feel like this is one of those concealers too, where if you want to let it sit for a little bit to give you a little bit more coverage, it doesn't have a problem running out, for me. That's why I go ahead and do my whole...
This is the e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. What I like to do is take a, this is a precision foundation brush, which kind of makes sense, but it's like just a fluffy little brush that maybe you would use for highlight, or even maybe like a blush or a contour, but I like to use this for cream, this specific cream product. It does a really nice job of just kind of warming up that area and just giving you a little bit of definition. I don't feel like it's too cool or too warm to kind of be one or the other, so I kind of just focus it first in the area where I would normally contour, and then I just kind of buff out what's ever remaining in the other areas that I would bronze. So that's what that side looks like with it, and then that's what we're working with without, where we can really see that my face does not match my neck. I'm not entirely sure that the Super Shock Cheeks from Colourpop are meant to be cream blushes, but I use them with like a wet beauty blender or even a brush like I'm gonna use now, and I feel like they work. They act like a cream blush would. So I'm going in with, ooh, the sticker's not on this one. I will look it up and put the name down below, or I'll have it pop up here. Staying on that theme, this is one of my favorite highlights of all time. This also with a brush like this, or even as a cream highlight, I will use it all over my lid, I use it on my cheekbones, I use it all over my face, and it is absolutely stunning. This is Colourpop Super Shock Cheap on the Cusp. I think this might be a Kathleen Lights. I can't remember if this blue is her or not. It gives, this is probably the only product I have that gives that like wet glow that everybody always is striving for. Like, are you kidding? Alright, so for eyes, I think I want to use a palette that I haven't touched in a while. So I'm going to go through this little drawer. And then this is probably one of my favorite palettes I ever got in a BoxyCharm. This is the Alamar Cosmetics Reina, let me really, the Reina del Caribe, oh, I'm not gonna be able to say it. I really wanted to like bust out my Spanish from high school and middle school, but it's not happening. I think I'm gonna go in with some of these warmer shades right here. All right, I think I'm gonna do the Alamar Cosmetics palette. And then throw the other one on the ground. I'm not sure exactly the look that I'm gonna go for here. But I'm gonna go ahead and take my Morphe M431 brush. It's like a little pencil brush. And I'm going to dip into Cocoa Taxi, this like yellow, mustardy, beautiful color. And just focus it on the outskirts, just right here. And I'm kind of just using this to place the color. And then I'll go back in with a fluffier brush to kind of blend it. Okay, so I'm taking a Luxie 213 eye shading brush. It's a little bit more domed, but not as fluffy all the way around. And I'm going to go into Tropico, this orangey shade. And I'm just gonna pack a little bit on either side of my brush. And I'm gonna use this right in the crease, right underneath that yellow shade. Okay, now I'm taking my Morphe M562. This is a really tiny little precision blender brush. And then I'm gonna dip into Cafecito, this nice brown. It's just to find that outer V and keep it real tucked in. Just to add a little bit of depth out here. But I'm gonna go ahead and dip into La Costa. It's that champagne shade, and I'm just gonna plop this on with my finger. Okay, so for something like this, I think I will add a little bit of liner, and what I've liked doing recently is using just a black eyeshadow. So I'm gonna use my flat definer brush, my Luxie 221, and just line just the top. Okay, because I'm crazy, I just saw this when I was getting my mascara out. This is the Nude Sticks Magnetic luminous eye color in copper foil. I'm gonna add a little bit of this to my underneath. Okay, so for eyes, I might do a little mix of two different ones here. Okay, so I remember really liking this. I used to post about this on my Instagram all the time. This is the Wander Beauty Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara. This is one of those mascaras that I feel like is so great for days that you just want to put like a little bit of a base on, but still have your eyelashes look not like there's anything on them, like they just look like they're naturally long and full and black. So if you really want lashes that are just long and they don't look like there's mascara on them, it's kind of a look that I've always tried to find in a mascara, and I feel like this gives that to me. But I wanted to add another mascara on top of it since we have a little bit more going on the eye than I usually do. Do you see what I mean? Like, I feel like it doesn't look like there's any product on my eyelashes. Like, they just look like they're long and black and beautiful. This is probably the mascara I've been using for the longest amount of time. Like, I've probably rebought Tarte Lights Camera Lashes more times than any other mascara. This kind of gives the same effect of this, but I feel like is a little bit more like voluminous. I'm gonna, ooh, I got a little pop there, but I'm gonna pair these up to see if they are a match made in it. I feel like that definitely did a little something something. All right, so for lips, I mentioned in my last makeup video that I don't really do a whole lot for lips. I'm gonna grab some lip liners that I have over here. I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Color Riche Beyond Pink lip liner here. This is Touch of Nude, the satin lipstick by e.l.f., I think? Yeah. So let's go ahead and go in with this. Okay, so then for gloss, I'm going to use Marc Jacobs Sugar. Alright. I'm not going to use the setting spray because I feel like I'm very dewy. Yeah. Okay, so here's the finished look of me going through my products and using some stuff that I haven't touched in a while. I really like how this turned out. I normally don't go for nearly this many colors, I guess, on my eye. So I so appreciate you guys watching this video. If you made it all the way through the end, click that subscribe button if you would like to see when I upload and see what I upload next. I so appreciate it. I've already said that a million times, but I hope you come back, and thanks so much. Bye! I swear it's my chair.